Imagine if Nathan Drake had superpowers. Feels nice, doesn't it? Sort of tingly, like licking a battery. Now stop imagining it and go and buy inFAMOUS 2, because Sucker Punch's cinematic sequel takes the Uncharted route and plugs growling Scotch egg Cole McGrath into a super-heroic sandbox of wow. It's essentially a supercharged version of the first game. Cole has been beefed up in preparation for his big showdown with the Beast, a giant nudist Balrog that slaps him down at the start of the game. He's bristling with new skills, including the ability to scoot along power lines and bop enemies with a massive tuning fork. Yeah, we call it Mr. Zappy. There's also a thunderous tempest of massive attacks, perfect for flinging cars and frazzling the wide selection of new enemies out for Cole's stubbly head. Couple all this with a gloriously sweaty environment that's made to be destroyed, and you've got a morality tale powerful enough to fuel Las Vegas. We were thrilled to get the chance to visit the Seattle home of developer Sucker Punch, where we talked to them about the challenges of making a sequel and upping the quality of the series.
When inFAMOUS 1 shipped, we were pretty excited because, we'd worked really hard on the game and it was a little bit weird for us, and people seemed to like it.
But it's gone on to do pretty well in the market, sold a couple million copies worldwide, so I think we were very proud of it. But like a lot of your big achievements in life, you're very proud of it, but you say, what can we do that's better?
We had been thinking about what we were going to do next, and we're hoping, expecting that we were going to do a sequel throughout all of the inFAMOUS development. We always thought that was a chance we were going to be given.
We were already kind of strategizing and planning. You can't help it, right? You get close to being done with a game and you start thinking about, well, what's the next really awesome thing you could do inside of that space because you're so familiar with it.
By the time I came home from my vacation, we were already working on inFAMOUS 2.
At this point, there's not a lot of stress about are you going to make another game or not, are we going to be in business. It's really more fine-tuning, exactly what game are you going to make.
We knew we were going to do Melee. We wanted to have more direct kind of physical contact with enemies. We knew that.
We wanted to make it feel more visceral. We wanted to make the game have that cinematic appeal so that every little thing, man, like smashing somebody's face in with Cole's big, heavy, electrified amp felt meaty.
We also knew we were going to do a really heavy focus on presentation of story and narrative, making the game more cinematic, making the game more epic with bigger enemies. Those were really, I think, very early identified as things that we thought would really bring inFAMOUS 2 to be the big brother of the group.
So having decided what to do, what did the team find to be the most challenging?
The area where I think we struggled the most was developing the tools and pipeline to tell stories in this high production value way.
Our cutscenes in our games just weren't as well done as other games were. And we felt like the games were hurt by that. They were still good games, but without the level of quality and production in the best games cutscenes, we didn't have the emotional impact we were looking for.
Because making a cutscene is cool, right? Like recording real actors, getting these little nuances that they bring to the table, really, really cool. But making sure that it fits seamlessly into the play experience, particularly an open world game, was kind of a pickle, man.
We had to learn, sometimes painfully, how to direct, capture, do cameras for, do the detailed hand and facial animation for, integrate into the game, and then iterate on them.
Talking of cutscenes, the team at Sucker Punch learned a valuable lesson when they initially redesigned the lead character of Cole to make him sleeker and cooler, as Chris explains.
When we started inFAMOUS 1, we had this motto that we went with, which was no stone left unturned. It turns out that some stones you shouldn't turn over, and one of them is if you have a very passionate fan base for your game, don't change the way the main character looks and tell them it's the same character.
What the hell?
We tried to make him look a little bit more like we wanted him to look in the first game and weren't able to pull off, and it didn't go over so well. The thing we lost track of, we were wrong. It was completely a mistake. We lost track of the fact that our idea of the game wasn't the important thing. The important thing was the fans' idea of the game. That what mattered was how people who bought the game experienced the story and how they felt about the characters and what they wanted. That's who we were building the game for. And we kind of lost that for a little bit. And luckily, the fans were not shy about reminding us that's what we needed to be doing.
Thanks, guys.